the name of the show is called Jim and Them. I want everybody to remember that.
I'm going to put this out there right now, and you can let him know this. Here's the challenge. If you come on for 15 minutes and talk to us, we'll never talk about you again. We'll never, ever talk about you again. Mm-hmm. Just come on our show for 15 minutes. What do you got to say?
That's a real devil's bargain.
We're certainly not telling you to go after Jim and Them, but, you know, maybe helping us make sure that their channel is eradicated forever would be a great step, because smut like that does not deserve to be on the internet.
The end of last week's show, unbeknownst to us, we get word that Horace Eisen,
Yes.
the rapper, Horace Eisen.
Very generous,
yes,
Jim.
Also known as Zen Feldman.
Friend of the show.
Who is Corey Feldman's son. Mm-hmm. Apparently, he posted on his Finsta that he was looking for donations. And then Eric, he decided to reach out to him. He threw him some money. Zen sent him a freestyle. And then he also sent him a video. We'll get into the video in a second. Apparently, that set everything off.
Who knew what a powder keg
Yes.
this harmless, innocent video would be?
Because the next day, the Feldman himself, he hopped on his Finsta.
I'm so excited to see this. I have not seen anything.
To call out your boys. He brought his ex-wife along for the ride.
Which is what you do, right?
Yes. And he basically lambasted Jim and Them for 20 minutes. Let's just get right into it here. This is Corey Feldman calling us out.
Is this his mom?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go petty here, but like,
okay,
we can all see.
We all have eyes.
We all have vision.
Fumbling with his live. He's trying to get it to work.
I like condemning a
that.
group of people, but having the beginning just be like,
I don't know what happened, but conveniently enough, right as I announced the name of these people, the phone cut off.
My lips fell off.
Wait, is he blaming us for that?
Yes. Yes. Now, I wish he'd left up whatever it was before this. I don't know if he was on for a while, like a few minutes or whatever. But yeah, apparently he was already streaming and he mentioned us and his phone cut off, and that's our super hacker
superpowers.
skills.
Yeah. We're all powerful.
Yeah.
Apparently, the wolf pack at AT&T said I'm late on my bill 3 months.
Hopefully that's not some kind of strange interference. I don't know why this didn't work. Hold on, I'm trying to get my ex-wife Susanna back.
He thinks he's slick. He does that kind of a little bit through this too, where he kind of tries to, I don't know if he thinks he's like taking away liability or something, where he'll be like, I don't like, coincidentally enough, all of a sudden, you know, it's not happening.
Dude, I would love if I had like action movie style hacker skills where I could interrupt a 5G signal and ruin somebody's Instagram live.
Especially when we don't know that you're live or follow you.
Line with us. So just bear with us here, dealing with technical difficulties.
Chat says he has the old face filter on.
No idea why this is working.
Goddamn hackers.
Strange.
You're live. What do you mean?
Very strange. I don't know why she's not getting the invite.
Wow, this is really weird.
Sorry, guys, hold off.
Usually she's immediately on when I text her.
I said Jim and Them's name, and then I forgot how to use electronics.
This is the shot when like you accidentally open your front face camera and you scare yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's like
what I look like.
He has like she's like taking a shit. Looks like he's pooping.
It's funny because the initial thought is like, do we edit this stuff out? It's like, absolutely not.
No, how could you?
Absolutely
it's just the first
not.
2 minutes of a video.
What's wild is that he left this up.
Yeah.
And he's still waiting. He's still waiting for her to get on the line.
Well, I guess I can just talk to you guys. Thanks for the compliments. I appreciate it.
What on earth could the compliments have been, by the way?
Looking good.
Yeah, right?
Like that shirt.
Serious issue today, guys. I have to be serious. Hi from Virginia. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. But right now, this is a very, very serious topic. We just started getting into it when the video cut off for some reason. So I'm going to start over. Susanna Sprague is my ex-wife. You may remember her as Susie Feldman from the Two Corys show and from when we were married.
That's such a funny way to introduce someone, by the way.
You might remember this person from when she was my wife.
It's like he's bringing her up on an open mic or something. Like, you know her, you love her.
Yeah, her credits, being married to me.
Yeah, and her first credit was the reality show The Two Corys. The second role, and also my wife.
So it's the same credit.
You've seen her at the Wacky House. You've seen her at the LA Live, and you've seen her when she was my wife.
We have a child, and that child is Zen Feldman. We love him very much. We love him dearly and deeply, and we have been there with him and for him every second of his life. And we keep our private life very private, and we do that intentionally because, as you know, the media tend to be ruthless, tend to be sharks, and tend to want to dig and pry into every corner of your life. Very serious mental health issue with our child, which occurred beginning 2.5 years ago. This is stuff that we have intentionally kept quiet because there was no need for us to share it publicly. There's no need to air our dirty laundry.
Now focus on what he just said right there.
Okay, yeah.
It's kept private, which obviously, I mean, we're not monsters.
Yeah.
Even though he would definitely say we're monsters, we're demons, we're evil.
Oh, you've seen the video.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with keeping that quiet. Of course, you don't need to blast that out publicly, but he does specifically say, first of all, it's something that's been going on for over 2 years. And second of all, it's something they kept private. So clearly no one knows about it. Right?
I think all we know about Zen is we've seen him in the background, and then he was on the Howie Mandel interview.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, well, the thing is, yes.
And then obviously him rapping.
We talked about his music because he shared the video of him rapping at the Whiskey A Go-Go or whatever.
I've wanted nothing more than him to be shied away from the press, from the media, and to have all those protections in place.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately,
Mandel, one of the bigger podcasts.
That becomes very difficult when you're dealing with a child who suddenly becomes struck with a mental illness. We've managed to keep things normal up until a certain point. But because Zen is now an adult, we cannot keep him in our home. We cannot legally have him admitted when he has an episode. He has delusions of grandeur, hallucinations, all sorts of things that happen. And I'm going to also tell you how this happened because we're aware of it.
Now, I mean, I know this is like easy pickings, but like delusions of grandeur?
Delusions of grandeur.
I wonder where that could come from.
Well, also, like, he used that as an example, and I think it's just because he liked how it sounds.
Yes.
I think that just sounds fancy, and so he's like, I'm going to say that.
I want that fucking pack that makes only half my face high. What's she smoking on?
Oh, whoa.
She's on that loud.
On that kind of loud.
She's on that.
Now, we're just playing characters. You put us on blast, we're just lashing out. We think we're going to... Because the thing is, mark my words, this is the start of the friendship arc.
Yeah. Dude,
this is when we become friends with Corey.
Are you more likely to become friends with a celebrity who doesn't know who you are or a celebrity that has a restraining order against you?
Yes. We're in each other's lives at this point, Corey. He obviously is going to get into this thing with his son and in relation to us. But the way I look at it is you're going to turn Zen into like, but daddy, I love him. Like, you're going to be the overprotected father and we're the bad boy boyfriends over here.
Yeah.
And Zen's going to come run into our arms, my guy.
It's going to be that picture from Death Note where we're hugging him. And then Mike is the big demon guy. Like,
I'm Ryuk.
That's just for my weebs.
And it's all because of Instagram, to be quite honest. So this is all a warning to everybody.
To
how
everyone?
Very serious. So social media, AI, and podcasts are.
That's my favorite. Hold on, I gotta take that back. I love that where he's like, it's this rant of like the true dangers of Instagram and AI and podcasts. like it's kind of like one of those after 10 p.m. where are your children or whatever. It's like, are your children listening to podcasts?
Are your children sending Corey AI images of him from different movies that make him angry?
And it's great. Yeah, for him bringing up AI, that has nothing to do with his son. That's only because he sees we make AI pictures of him and he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
How very serious social media, AI, and podcasts are. So what brought us to this point?
She's like, try not to laugh.
Susie, you can jump in at any time. I'm not meaning to steal the floor, but I'm trying to get it all explained. And then, of course, everybody wants to hear from you, I'm sure.
He says with almost as sarcastically.
Dripping with sarcasm. Yeah, everyone wants to really.
I'm trying to make it up right now in my head. What everyone wants to hear.
We've been attacked brutally and viciously, ongoing, by a group of people who have, I don't know, a podcast or a YouTube show or something like that. I've never seen it.
I don't know. I've recorded 2 intros for him.
Times by friends and going.
Yeah, this is his fucking constant go-to, and it's clearly a lie.
What?
I've never seen it.
I've actually never heard your show, and I've never heard of your show. Apparently, this is a web show. I've never seen it or heard of it.
Apparently, it's a web show or a podcast. I don't know. I've never seen it. Friends have told me about it. Family, close confidants.
I'm only constantly saying their name and tweeting about them.
And maybe it was on in the background once as I was walking by a storefront. It's like, dude, stop.
Like where the moon landing in the 50s.
Yeah, if you're gonna play this game, don't bother even mentioning us on your live.
I don't know, a podcast or a YouTube show or something like that. I've never seen it, but I've been told about it numerous times by friends and family and business associates.
That's so funny to think of, by the way, though.
The friends, family, and business associates guys like, hey, man, these guys, they make fun of you all the time.
Yeah, no, he's at the premiere for Love Hurts, and Sean Astin's like, dude, what is this YouTube show that's always talking about you?
I subbed to them. They're pretty funny, but is that
these guys
true?
are funny. Are you in on it with them? Is this some sort of thing to keep you in the?
No. Jerry O'Connell's texting him like, hey, you watched Jim and them this week?
Man, yeah, they shit on me a bunch too. I can relate.
He's already saying the thing that I assumed he was going to say, is that he doesn't know the difference between harassment and just us existing in the world, not liking him. We're not trying to put our stuff in front of him. We're simply existing out in the world. It's the equivalent of a bully that puts someone in a locker or a guy that just talks shit behind someone's back.
Well, and also to be fair, we're Jim and them fair. We're the fairest podcast. Anyone else that thinks they're fairer than us, get back to the fucking sofa.
Yeah.
That was a subliminal, bitch.
What are you dancing with sofas?
Yeah, I heard you fucking not mentioning our name. To be Jim and them fair, yeah, I mean, clearly our YouTube channel's all Corey stuff.
Sure.
You could say oh wow, this is weird, or they're obsessed or whatever.
Why
but
would
it's
that be?
But it's yeah, we goof on them. People enjoy that we goof on them.
Well, and why would all our videos be that? I don't know. It's like we used to have 15 years of other videos.
That's true. Yeah. The other thing, you really hit the goddamn hornet's nest when you got our channel taken away. Which, pay attention, because that gets confirmed in this video. If I put myself in his shoes, it's annoying. I get it. We never say it's not.
Yeah, but he has to seek it out to find it. That's the big.
I mean, I would say again, in his defense,
line.
In his defense, people probably are like, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this?"
Yeah.
These people have been stalking, harassing, and doing deplorable, awful things to my family and I for, I would say, years. I don't know how long they've been around, but I know that literally their entire show consists of trying to degrade me, stealing from me, stealing our licensed material.
I mean, fair.
Now, Mike, for everyone, if you missed it, Mike hasn't seen any of this yet, so he's experiencing it fresh.
Stealing from me, stealing our licensed material.
Fake fan doesn't see the part 2.
In any way possible, trying to make a mockery of my work, trying to make a mockery of my life, trying to make a mockery of my art. But that's fine. I've dealt with it for years. They stole my documentary.
Number one, no, hold on, real quick. His documentary, I bought the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I bought it. I supported you. I paid for it.
We're the only ones that bought it that had it.
And then you spent hours and hours editing it down
into
a commentary-worthy thing. that we're allowed to do.
We have a box set, right? Grab that box set, Mike. I mean, to be fair, we didn't buy this, but I mean, this was bought and paid for, Corey.
Oh, what is this over here?
Yeah, wait, what do we...
Oh my God, and we have... This is literally $5,000.
You know what, guys?
Right here.
Guys, showing all this stuff, really helping us.
Hey, what's up? It's all a lie. I'm actually a big fan of Jim and them. I'm here in studio with them.
Hey, I'm little Corey. What's up, big Corey?
Hey, little Corey. I'm also little Corey.
Corey,
Because I'm short. Get it?
I don't know why we're making the distinction of little.
Corey's, please, we're trying to do a show.
Hey, life-size Corey.
We're being hacked by regular little and big Corey.
Hey, Mike, you piece of shit. Why the fuck you trying to steal my girlfriend?
Corey, just because I love Jared Leto Joker girlfriend does. Oh no, hey, it's me. I'm still getting over a cold, Corey. Yeah, I'm done with this bit.
Hey, thanks, Max. I gotta go. Back to the guys.
I love that his exposure to us is simultaneously like incredibly informed and super ill-informed.
Yeah, well, but also it's like people enjoy it. That's why we're doing it. He himself is even like, they have no follower. They have like 5,000 followers. So it's like, yeah, if we really are just this like less than dirt, then why are we so upset? Because yes, a ton of channels do Corey stuff, but clearly, and we've speculated this for a while, like not to pat ourselves on the back, but we cut to the bone apparently, because whatever we're doing is really chapping his ass.
These are evil, sick, twisted people. They are evil, sick, twisted people. Way, not just to destroy my life, not just to interfere with my marriage, which now is no longer here.
Dude, you see,
we interfered with his marriage?
He's blaming us for his divorce. Huh. He's saying that like we're the reason, like that. I guess Courtney was like wised up and decided not to do drugs. And go on tour with him or whatever.
Courtney started listening to Jim and them, and she's like, you know what?
And they do everything they can to try to get attention. They seek attention. They seek whatever they can get.
But here's the thing. I'm inclined to believe Corey because he's the expert at that.
Please don't text me. If anybody's watching this and you have my personal number, please do not distract me right now with personal texts.
That's a great part too, because he's trying to do live, and there's all these streams like, you see Jim and them, you see what Jim and them did.
Where's my money?
I feel for that. I'm constantly like, TTS, a fucking driving me crazy. He's basically just like the texts he's getting during this live are his TTS. Corey, I get it, man.
Thank you. This is very difficult.
She like smiled for a second.
Very difficult for us to get out. Okay, so please just bear with us. These people have taunted and terrorized me for years. They've stolen my intellectual property. We've done multiple copyright strikes against them on YouTube. They come to my store online and they order ridiculous things, asking me to sign items to the wolf pack.
First of all, we don't ask to be signed to the wolf pack.
No.
We ask to be signed to Jim and them.
Yeah.
And second of all, he himself dubbed them ridiculous things.
Also, we have never done that.
Well, but either way, even if it's our listeners, though, but he's calling his shit, his wares that he's peddling, ridiculous things.
He's like, this shit is ridiculous.
Because, dude, what are the things we've tried to order? The box set and a Funko Pop.
Yeah, two ridiculous things.
Whoa, why are you trying to buy these dumb things? What the hell?
And it's so hard to send them like $400, apparently.
Then trying to claim that we're not refunding them and causing problems, reporting us to the Better Business Bureau because we tell them we don't want their money and we don't.
Yeah, baby.
Reporting us to the Better Business Bureau simply because they paid for services that were not rendered.
Well, and also, like, because it was so funny to hear, because like we mentioned, the Drew Lane show was breaking it down. It was funny to hear an outsider break down the stuff of like, apparently they reported him to the and it's like we didn't just make something up though. Like, let's get back to the root of this problem though. We didn't just make it up. Like, he literally wouldn't send the item or send the refund or respond to communications. So, like, yeah, they reported you to the Better Business Bureau.
It's just such a funny thing to be like, I'm going online and these guys are demons. They keep reporting me to the Better Business Bureau.
Well, and it's not even him. He picked Grandma Death from Donnie Darko to be his web mistress, and she doesn't know how to work email. And then she just refused to send the money back, then send the wrong amount back.
Yes, doesn't know how to hit the refund button and is just sending payments back that are like short of the actual refund and fucking it up over and over again.
It's very funny. You can see why we talked about it. It's hilarious.
Them trying to claim that we're not refunding them and causing problems, reporting us to the Better Business Bureau because we tell them we don't want their money.
She's like browsing Amazon right now.
Yeah.
She's like, She's just raising her eyebrows when he says stuff.
Yeah, do you think she's heard this tale before? Is this a surprise to her that all this other stuff happened?
He like tries to text this to her, and she just like it just says red.
Well, and you know what's so wild about this too is like, here's a quick reminder that he's supposed to be talking about his concern for his son.
Oh yeah, this was about his son,
right? And now he's going off about podcasts and the Better Business Bureau.
They report us and say that we've stolen their money, and then actually get paid 2 or 3 times more through a little trick they use at PayPal. They
wait.
Yeah, right.
A little trick we use, calling you not knowing how to refund people.
Yeah, the trick was, I don't know. Again, to break it down to the most basic. If you ever sold something or like sold something on eBay, received a PayPal payment, you know, if you decide to cancel the order, they cancel the order. You go to the order, you hit refund, it refunds it.
Yeah.
They send payments back, which then PayPal takes percentage away, so they don't get the full payment. And so Eric was just like, no, that's not my full refund. And then they try to like send it again, and it would be less again.
But then the same amount would still come out.
And then they would finally hit the refund button. But they literally like sent a bunch of money.
They stop at nothing. And all of
Stop
that
at nothing.
I tolerated. All of it I tolerated until last week when they took it too far and they started attacking my innocent girlfriend.
That's not your son.
Let me call it right here. This is why he's actually upset. It's not the Zen thing.
Okay.
We talked about. We goofed on how she said haunted. Like
don't get me wrong.
I got one.
We made fun of 3 of her songs.
We did. Yeah, we made fun of her music.
I don't understand in a world where you think that's attacking someone.
We do make fun of her tattoos because that's why we call her Jared Leto Joker.
But we don't even make. I simply made the observation that she looks exactly like Jared Leto Joker.
Yeah, just because she has like almost the same damage tattoo.
Yeah. I think it says haunted.
Yeah. You know what? It might say.
Yeah, she's stealing your swag, Corey. We're trying to save you.
Until last week when they took it too far and they started attacking my innocent girlfriend, who is an up-and-coming young artist who has her entire life in front of her.
Great way. You know what? Great way to describe your girlfriend when you're in your 50s.
Exactly.
An up-and-coming young girlfriend whose entire life is ahead of her.
With your ex-wife that you did this to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Talented. Amazingly talented. She's an incredible singer.
She's smiling.
An incredible songwriter.
I can
and I've
attest to it. She's got a great voice.
She has to look
And I
away.
can't believe-
The classic, like when you're lying thing, you have to look up.
She should have just been silent like she was the whole time. You don't need to like pretend and co-sign his new young girlfriend.
She writes the lyrics, she writes the melodies. She is a very, very talented girl, and she deserves every shot in this world to have a future. And these scumbags have been stalking her. They got a hold of information from her past, trying to reveal and dox her real name because she changed her name.
First of all, that's not true. We didn't know that was some secret because it's splashed all over Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah, it's just a different name.
And it's not like super old. You don't have to dig it up anywhere.
God forbid she should have a private life, and reasons for wanting to change her private name, which is none of your damn business.
It's her
in
YouTube.
The first place. But beyond that, you have tried to desecrate her work, which were like, you know, little demos that she put on SoundCloud, and you want to sit there and analyze them and tear them apart and say she can't sing and say she's this and say she's that, make fun of her accent, make fun of her looks. Who the hell are you people?
I should have brought this up at the top of the show. I'm going to put this out there right now, and you can let him know this. Here's the challenge. Corey Feldman, come on our show for 15 minutes. Call in, Skype in, whatever. Like, try to work your Instagram phone, whatever it might be. But you can't just sit there and be quiet. We're just going to ask you some questions. We're going to hash this out. If you come on for 15 minutes and talk to us, we'll never talk about you again. We'll never, ever talk about you again. Just come on our show for 15 minutes. What do you got to say?
That's a real devil's bargain.
You call into the show, and I bet you come out on the other end being like, those guys are all right.
You disgusting scumbags.
Well, I'm Jim.
Okay, so the name
We're
of the
them.
show is called Jim and Them. I want everybody to remember that, because
That's the money shot right there, by the way.
The name is Jim and Them, and I want everybody to remember that.
okay, so the name of the show is called Jim and Them. I want everybody to remember that, because they want this attention so bad. Well, let's give them the attention that they're looking for.
Yeah.
These scumbags have terrorized me, Heather Dawn May, who is the most incredible, beautiful, lovely person I know, that works for me and does it out of love. She's not a paid employee. She's somebody who chooses to dedicate her time.
He just burned her right there.
Yeah,
Like,
got her ass.
there's not even a reason to bring that up. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess he thinks it's endearing.
Every day she's on death's door and could use some help. And he's literally like, why haven't you changed the Black Friday deal?
Answer the emails, Heather.
Imagine being Susie here too, like, what?
But she has
She's
harassed so
constantly
many people.
terrorizing us.
And not even just us. She does
Yeah.
it to so many
To
people.
everybody.
To helping our family, because she's an incredible, amazing woman with endless love in her heart. And they've done nothing but terrorize her and taunt her and try to ridicule her and make her feel like she is worthless.
I know we do belittle her.
But that's only because
Yeah.
we were getting voicemails
Yeah.
threatening to be served. Police, national security, FBI.
We don't call her and belittle
No.
her to her face, but on my show, I do constantly belittle her.
After everybody that knows me, my attorneys, my publicist, everybody.
And then
Anyway, but
they went so far over the line, I had to get involved.
right.
Yeah.
So
Uh-oh.
last week it was my girlfriend.
Now we done did it.
And we were angry about that. They have gone to a point that is beyond reproach. They contacted our son, who has been quite publicly, beyond our control, having a psychosis episode.
Wait, didn't
off
he
of his
earlier say
medication,
that no one knows and it's a
because-
secret?
Yes, exactly.
Unfortunately, due to whatever is wrong with him, as we do not have a diagnosis, we cannot tell you, but we can tell you that whatever it is causes him to have these psychosis episodes when he doesn't take the medication, and something inside him tells him that he doesn't need it anymore and his parents are wrong, and he tries to run away. And he did run away successfully because he's over 18. He is a 20-year-old man, and in the state of California, as parents, we have no rights. We have no rights.
Or any state in the world.
Keep our son, to bring our son in, to take him to
She's
a hospital
like about to nod
when
out.
necessary. It has to be his decision. And if somebody is suffering a psychosis because they're not on their medication, they can't make those decisions for themselves. So the law has our hands tied. And during that time,
And he even he glosses over it here, but he's mentioned this on Twitter as well. This is all undiagnosed, what he's talking about. So all these, I mean, I guess he says he's on medication. I don't know how, unless he just means he's on like maybe ADHD meds or something, like Adderall or whatever.
I don't even think that's true, because I talked to a doctor and the doctor diagnosed Zen in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
And he handed me a report and it just said, boys will be boys.
Yeah,
the report said gycosis.
Yeah, it said sowing his wild oats.
Yeah.
Zen decided to go on an adventure and disappear with some stranger people and living on the streets and doing all sorts of awful things to himself. This all started, by the way, because of Instagram, and I'm going to explain that.
Yep.
So we had a very normal, healthy, intelligent, bright, beautiful young man.
Hey, yo, beautiful man.
Oh,
Pause on all that. Hey, yo, bro.
God, time out. Whoa. I forgot that he said that.
That was fucking stupid.
So dumb.
That's so fucking stupid.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, Cameron calls it. Oh, shit.
I mean, I know this is serious, but pause.
Sheesh. Yeah, well, if Susie's not going to call him out on that, the husband better would.
We never had a problem with Zen. He was the most well-behaved, respectful, beautiful, sweet, incredible kid you could imagine. Picture perfect. And at 17 years old, because he's very spiritual and into healing and into finding answers and going on quests for
trying to insinuate that we're also behind this, by the way.
And so he follows different people on Instagram who seem to have that like-minded
grift,
that like-minded
Philosophies.
But somebody told our son that we all have parasites living inside our stomach.
True.
And the way that you get rid of these parasites is by going to a health food store and buying something called wormwood.
Woo.
Well, it turns out...
What the fuck is happening
right
now?
Tying it back to an RPG, that does sound like a quest you'd go on to get wormwood.
No, literally, like when you look it up, it's like a medieval treatment for worms. So like he met with like the monk from Ages of Empires, and he's like, woo, see a illicit drug from Whole Foods.
Even just going by his rationale, it's like he was completely fine, had no hallucinogens. He just thought that there were parasites in his brain.
Wormwood at 17 years old from a health food store and didn't get the desired effect. So he kept drinking more and drinking more until he drank an entire bottle in one day.
Like wormwood's a drink?
It's
Apparently,
like
it's like a little tincture.
Which caused severe hallucinations, disassociation, and for the lack of a better word, mental illness.
A complete break with reality.
From that day forward,
2.5 years ago.
when he's medicated properly, he's the sweet, loving Zen that we all know and love. But when he chooses to stop taking the medication and not tell his parents, he goes into a mental break. He made it public by going on his Instagram and asking for donations, by going on his Instagram and giving out private information that he should have never done. And these scumbags, Jim and them, who, by the way, are not just stalking us on the internet, but my girlfriend said she saw one of them trying to photograph her.
This is so wild, dude.
We
this
live
is
in Las
so
Vegas,
wild.
by the way.
The fact that she told him that, she well, I think he even says it here. Actually, hold on.
You know what the shitty thing is? She saw a guy that looked like me. And
I was gonna say,
we're all thinking it.
I was gonna say, who do you think?
Yeah.
What guy did?
What
who
LA
of us?
guy did she see?
We're all
Actually, it might be me.
thinking it.
Yeah.
yeah. She saw a guy with a backwards hat and tattoos and was like, "Oh, Jim and them's taking pictures of me."
My girlfriend said she saw one of them trying to photograph her near our house. They have come to our home. She recognized the guy because she actually is very savvy on the internet and watches this stuff. So
You have to be savvy to like click on a YouTube link or whatever. But that's
Right.
actually confirmation. She's a fan. She's watching the video. She's by Jim and them.
they're breaking all kinds of laws, breaking
Nope.
all kinds of boundaries.
Nope.
And now they reached
Well,
out to our sixth son
I've always said that we
and
break
offered
boundaries.
him money and paid him to make a video mocking his father and
Wait,
saying
what?
that he loves them.
Okay, so yes,
Here we go.
let's listen to his build up again real quick before we get to the video in question. I mean, brace yourself. If you got children watching,
I'm gonna hold my Corey's
yeah,
tight.
put them away because this is going to be a really raunchy,
they
rough
can't see.
video.
Take your
They
wormwood
can't
if you
see
haven't
this.
already. Make sure you chug your wormwood.
And offered him money and paid him to make a video mocking his father and saying that he loves them.
Jim and them are pop culture, bro. I know that.
What kind of
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. That's the whole video.
Sorry, Jim. I was overtaken.
Apparently, that's mocking his dad and saying, I don't. Well, no, they're saying he doesn't love his dad and he loves them more.
He used to say that I was
saying
pop culture. I'm pop culture, Zen. Me.
he loves them?
Jim and them are pop culture, bro. I know that.
What kind of disgusting filth pigs would take advantage of a mentally challenged
Mentally
person?
challenged.
That's such a great. I love the video
And
to
she
his.
doesn't care.
Did he call us filth pigs?
Yes, disgusting filth pigs.
Disgusting filth pigs.
It's such a perfect cut from the actual video to his overreaction. And he does call his son mentally challenged, which even some of his supporters are like, wait a minute, you're saying he has either mental health issues or you're saying he's mentally challenged? Because that's not quite the same thing.
Jim and them are pop culture, bro. I know that.
What kind of disgusting filth pig would take advantage of a mentally challenged person and ask that sort of a thing from them and then want to put it on display to mock me? I mean, you are not even human at that level.
We're subhuman at this point. We're subhuman for having him say Jim and them are pop culture. Now, I get the, again, being so fair.
Yeah.
Like the underlying idea, it is funny that he's just shouting us out.
Sure.
But it's such a tame nothing.
Well, and here's the thing. If what he claimed happened did happen,
yeah,
fair enough.
So I wanted you to hear this from us first. I wanted you to understand how seriously we take it and how aligned we are in our support for our son, our belief in his well-being, and our knowledge that he will be okay once we get through this period. But we severely ask for your privacy.
All right, listen to this request he has here too.
And we severely ask that you don't pry into this more than what I've just told you, which is the absolute truth. And Susie or Susanna will back it up.
Isn't that it's almost a goof? Like, yeah, please don't look into this any further than what I've said.
It's the absolute truth.
Everything I've said is the absolute gospel.
Babe, I know I'm covered in glitter, and I know I smell like bananas and coconut. I have been at the grocery store, and I don't want you to look into it because it's the absolute truth.
They have glitter and bananas at the grocery store. I know it sounds strange.
And it is a personal journey, and it is our private family matter, and we have a whole family of support. Zen has so many people that love him. The thing
Eric.
is he doesn't quite love himself
Jim,
yet,
Mike,
right?
Jeff.
He's totally capable of taking care of himself and being self-sufficient, and that's
Chet
okay
Martin.
because he's got loving parents. And our hands are tied when it comes to getting him the real help. Now we're going to work on it, and that's going to happen. But we do ask for your love and your support and your privacy. And, you know, if you were to see our son online not making a lot of sense, well, now you'll know why. You know, he's a great human being.
And you know what? Everything she's saying is completely fair.
Yeah, she's a mother talking about her son.
All they would have to do is make a quick video like, hey, you may have seen our son. He's posting kind of some wild stuff on his social media. We're concerned for him. We don't have a lot of things we could do since he's of age. We're trying to handle that. And if you see anything weird, keep us in the loop. Whatever, something like that. You don't have to go off about fucking
or even just
your
like,
web store and Heather Dawn May.
Even if he just wants to focus fully on
and
Zen and go like,
Better
hey.
Business Bureau.
Yeah.
And when he's off his meds, he can switch in 1 minute to a gangster thug who talks very badly, very meanly, and threatens people. He's not a bad person, but he is well trained, very well trained in fighting. We taught him how to protect himself, which makes him a lethal weapon.
That is so fucking, what a great detail.
Oh my God.
What did he teach him? An ancient art? I taught him the 5-point death punch.
Yeah, he's fucking Neji from Naruto, like hitting all your pressure points and making you explode.
He's talking like he's in a movie. Like at that point, I picture you'd be in the police station like, no, you don't understand. You got to get this kid in. He's a goddamn lethal weapon out there. It's like, you're a mate. And who taught him? He taught him? Corey taught him like the ancient ways of the Feld dog.
I mean,
in his mind, our next plan, like after taking pictures of his girlfriend, is we're gonna like kidnap his son and beat the shit out of him or something.
We kidnap his son. Like, hey, do you want to come with us? He's like, yeah.
It's not a good idea to confront him. It's not a good idea to anger him when he's in that mode.
Positive vibes, good juju, prayers, whatever you can send to our family, we would all appreciate it and receive it very, very, very much.
Well, I hope, Susie, that you would receive my very genuine prayers and thoughts. I'm serious. Why are you laughing, Mike?
Because Jim, I too
all right. Can
her
we
to
all
accept
let's
my
pray.
prayers. Although, to be fair, my prayers were to Satan, the Dark Lord Satan, the king of lies.
We'll let tinier Corey lead us in prayer.
And as far as people capitalizing on mental illness for their own gain, despicable. Absolutely despicable.
I'll have you know, Susie Feldman or Susie Sprague, the only mental illness I'm capitalizing off of is your ex-husband's, okay? So let's keep that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Mike.
Thoughts and prayers is in.
He's trying
I
to
know
cry.
that, Corey,
Look, he's literally trying to cry.
I thought he had
yeah.
diarrhea.
He's trying, and again, I'm not even trying to say he doesn't care about his son. I'm sure he
You're
does.
right though. He's doing the documentary. Remember when
Yes.
when I'm like he can't even fake tears? That's
Yeah.
the same face. You're right.
And I'm not even saying he doesn't care about his son. I'm sure he does.
Oh, no, he
but
does.
he wants this to hit a certain way, and it's because we've covered so much of this that we know him. I think he's trying really hard to push lips out from the inside of his mouth.
Manifest lips.
fan base, and they're probably already DMing and
Oh, this is great too. She calls out like, "Yo, Corey, you know you got your fans are really like giving Jim and them what for right now."
Corey, you've got an incredible fan base, and they're probably already DMing and sending all kinds of things.
She can't even keep a straight
We're not
face.
asking for you guys to threaten them or anything
Or
like that,
harass.
but one thing.
She's doing the thing. You are though. You are fucking asking.
Yeah.
You don't just say, "Oh, I mean, I'm sure they're DMing you like hint hint," but we're not asking you to do that. You're not fucking slick,
Because
lady.
we keep
Ignore people, you stop following them, you stop giving them the attention that they so desire, then their numbers go down. And when their numbers go down, then their
from what I
sponsors
hear,
go
they
down.
don't-
726 in the chat.
Yeah, I'll have you know the numbers have not gone down. They've only gone up.
Also, by the way, when our numbers are down, we did a show for 11 years
Yeah,
with numbers
sorry,
that were
we
real low.
We do it for the love.
Yeah.
But hold on. But this is where he tries to throw in a jab. Like he all of a sudden 19 and a half minutes in, it turns into they don't even have numbers. Like they're nothing. Why are we even talking about
They're
them?
nobodies. But somehow they affect me more than anyone.
Then their numbers go down. And when their numbers go down, then their
From what I
sponsors
hear,
go
they
down.
don't even have numbers.
Okay,
People
well-
have like pathetic 5,000
But if-
followers or something.
If you really wanna hurt somebody, you go after their pocketbook. You know
You know what's
So
funny
stop
too?
supporting-
Is he's talking about our new YouTube channel.
Yes.
And not our old one, which I'm not saying like we had 1 million people or anything, but like we only have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube right now because you made YouTube delete our old YouTube account, bro.
Yes, exactly.
You know that.
And then
You know that.
And he's about to admit that coming up
admits
here
it?
too. Yeah.
And the other thing is that we want to start working towards creating new legislation to protect kids between 18 and 25 years old.
Dude,
Well, they got
what's-
one more year to.
This is the most Corey ass thing.
Well, she says 21 and he says 25. He wants legislation to protect people from 18 to 25. This is his fucking thing he tried to do with the whole Kids 2 baby.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks he's going to attach himself to some legislation and pitch himself off as this fucking savior.
Someone who emancipated from their parents trying to lock a conservatorship on their son is pretty wacky LMAO.
Yeah, thank you, Max. Absolutely.
Really 25, because you know what? When they're on the streets, even if they have their ID, even if they have a credit card and they're still kind of together, they can't go get a hotel. Because you're not allowed to check into a hotel
That's
if
not
you're
true.
under 25.
No. What?
You can't rent a car because you're not able to rent a car under 25.
That's not true
You have-
either.
That's a
What is
fallacy.
he talking about?
Yeah, there's
It's like more expensive.
yeah.
They
Well, that-
ask if you're 25 because you're going to get you're going to get extra fees or whatever.
Yeah.
If you knew what our son has been through because of the county, because of them not having the right laws in place, he's been treated like a criminal instead of like somebody who's ill that needs help. And that's what we're fighting for. And we will continue to fight, not just for our son, but for your children too.
It's so
Because-
gross that he's trying to pitch this. Like rewatching it now, he sees his future attention now.
Here's the
Yeah.
next thing
this
that I
is
can
what-
talk about for the next
This
2
is
years.
my excuse to get on like The View, to get on,
Yeah.
which, you know, hey, go on The View, talk about Jim and them and how they reported you to the Better Business Bureau.
yeah.
He simply wants to go to Capitol Hill and ratify the Feld Manual
That's
for
true.
everyone to
Yes.
follow.
Oh, making them Feld manual law? He's sick.
And the point is that this is an effort from everybody, from the collective, because we all have to think about the greater good, and we have to protect our children no matter what. And whether it's from being sexually assaulted, or whether it's mental illness, or whether
Or
it's
podcasts.
trolls on the internet
Yep.
who have no value for life. Whatever the case may be, we need to stand together and join together and form an allegiance against this illness. Thank you for listening, and I'm sorry that this went on long. You know, and again, have mercy. Please pray for us. And if you happen to see anything from Zen that doesn't seem normal or right, please just give him a pass. Understand that he's going through this episode, and we really hope to be able to bring better news in the near future. But for the time being, please respect the privacy of our family. And we're certainly not telling you to go after Jim and them, but, maybe helping us make sure that their channel is eradicated forever.
Wait, what?
Isn't that fucking wild? Dude?
Whoa, that's an insane. That is a sentence right there.
Certainly not telling you to go after Jim and them, but, maybe helping us make sure that their channel is eradicated forever would be a great step, because smut like that does not deserve to be on the internet.
Smut.
It does no good.
Smut.
It does. There's nothing positive in it.
I think it's
just to
been
be
very positive for
evil.
me.
I got to go to Japan because of our Patreon, Susie. I'm sorry.
Reported them many times. I'm reading the.
Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is.
Evil.
Oh, we've reported them many times. I'm reading the comments.
Yeah.
Trust me. We actually had their channel taken down once already. They put it right back up with the same videos, stealing my material, stealing my content. I don't really have an endless bank account to hire every lawyer in the world to go after them, and they know that, and that's why they're able to take advantage of me. And trust me, if you were in my position, they'd take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
That
they
is what we
find
do.
people who are not, multimillionaires and part of the elite class that can, just destroy them. They go after people like me who they know are easy prey because I don't have, $1 billion in the bank.
They go after me and they go after my friend, the boy Blue.
They make fun of me. They make fun of some guy with 6 followers who has a fuck doll.
Yeah, me, Sarah's hubby, the boy Blue.
The boy Blue, N-Man, Jake Sprague.
Actually, yeah, wait.
It's the Ant-Man, the boy Blue, Sarah's hubby, former child actor Corey Feldman, Jake Sprague, everyone's favorite cast of characters.
Everyone's favorite cast of characters. They're just regular people like Corey, and they're getting taken advantage of.
I don't live in a $10 million mansion. That's not my life. It's never been my life. And so therefore they attack the simple people like us. Anyway, that's enough.
The simple people.
We thank you. God bless you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
And we love Zen.
So much.
Like she's like, do we?
I'm going to end the show tonight by being like, thank you guys for listening. We love Zen.
Shout outs to Zen. We love them.
I'm Jim, and we're Zen.
Corey, why you mad at me? Cause your fan base shrinks like your IMDb. Trying to cancel us, that's a sad little mission. Only thing worse, your fake premonitions. Blaming everybody cause your name don't sell. Even your own wife gotta help me yell. Cocoa Ball, stand up, wolf